Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, this 2024 race is heating up. We got two new candidates, Mike Pence and Chris Christie. Chris Christie just announced his campaign 3 hours ago as I'm filming this. I'm trying to find Mike Pence here. Mike Pence, he has also declared his campaign less than 8 hours ago. So, So what is why is Pence running? So we have two Trump critics. So first off, let's talk about Mike Pence. Mike Pence has been the vice president. As we know, he is more well known. He is the vice president of the United States, former vice president. However, has a very poor electoral history. He had 2012. He underperformed by a lot, almost losing to his Democratic opponent, but however managed to win the governorship. That shows how weak Pence is as a leader and as a candidate. So I think he knows this. However, his name was projected out loud. He has been the vice president of the United States. Now he thinks he could possibly beat Donald Trump, who he has turned cold to since the January 6th insurrection and the election results controversy. Um, and they have not communicated with each other in a very long time, in 2 years. So 2023, 2024, they're finally going to be facing each other, but not as friends, but as foes. Pence is determined to take Trump down on this one. So anyway, that's Mike Pence, who was formerly a Trump ally, now kind of a Trump critic here, is now turning against Trump. But the leader of the anti-Trump movement, it would be Chris Christie as of right now. Chris Christie filed his 2024 bid just 3 hours ago here, and he is basically running for the president. He was formerly a really good supporter of Donald Trump all the way through. He ran for president in 2016, endorsed Trump after he pulled his campaign out, uh, supported Trump in 2020, but it was after the election results and the response to January 6th that Chris Christie became a very harsh Trump critic. And he's basically going to kind of take Trump down, he thinks. But the question is, him being a Trump critic is already putting a target on his back. He's running in a GOP race, um, a, um, that really favors Trumpism and Trump uh, in general. And I think, sure, he would get support from a lot of moderates, but just not from the main core of the Republican Party. They're probably going to go out for Trump or DeSantis. So, yes, Mike Pence. I would say Mike Pence and Chris Christie, they're kind of going to run their campaigns into the ground, um, basically by criticizing Trump. That's the Democrats' job. The Democrats can criticize Trump. The Republicans can't, because if the Republicans can't, you're just going to basically hurt yourself. Democrats can do it because their party's made against Trump. Everything that their party stands for goes against Trump. Republicans, Trump is hardcore Republican. He's going to follow the guidelines. And then we'll have Chris Christie and Mike Pence saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, I think that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. You're potentially screwing your party up. So Chris Christie has a very good electoral history, however. Very good electoral history. Won 2 landslides as for governor of New Jersey. So people are like, oh, yeah, Mike Pence doesn't really have a clean electoral history, but Chris Christie does. He has a good electoral history, but if he wants to seize the nomination, he's gonna have to play the game. He's gonna have to say, hey, but this is what I have to. I'm going to side with Trump on this, and I'm going to side with Trump not like this, because Yeah, if you're just gonna go Liz Cheney and go endorsing Democrats and saying how good Democrats are doing, the whole party, you're gonna get literally 0 point some percent. You're basically going to be the first ones out, and that's not how it goes. If you're running as a Republican, you gotta be a Republican. Don't want to be a wannabe Republican. You gotta be a Republican in this race. So, um, as of right now, Chris Christie's not a rhino. So is Mike Pence. He's not a rhino. They're social Republicans, meaning that yes, they are supportive to social Christian issues. They're some more lenient to social democracy, but they're not as hardcore to social democracy as Democrats. Um, so, but they're pretty conservative when it comes to abortions and marriages, guns. Uh, in which both Mike Pence and Chris Christie, I believe, stand for here. So this is what's going to happen. I filmed this part of the video, the next part of the video, before Chris Christie announced his run. So you're going to hear me saying, "Oh yeah, Chris Christie's going to announce his run in a couple hours." Well, he already did announce his run. So just ignore that. Just ignore it. Don't pay attention. You'll notice that Mike Pence will be in the video, but Chris Christie won't. That's because I did the video of it 3 hours before. So anyway, but here's the video, and let's take a look at these predictions. Of course, I have the worst recorder, so it did not record everything. I basically filled half of basically the eastern United States while not recording anything. So thanks a lot, recorder. So let's take a look at these states now. Starting off with Alabama. So Alabama here, you'll see we got some endorsements for off and on endorsements, but we still have Alabama for Donald Trump. I mean, for Ron DeSantis. So we're going to go ahead and give Alabama to Ron DeSantis. You'll also notice that Pence has won Maine. Yes, the first poll says Maine rather prefers to have another candidate. However, in the state of Maine, Mike Pence has been projected the winner as out of our individuals, our Republicans, and a handful of Republicans, Mike Pence has been the winner out of all of them. So Mike Pence has been projected to win the state of Maine. We flipped Washington, D.C. to Donald Trump simply because I do not have any proof that Nikki Haley could carry the state. So we're going to, and with Trump in the race, I feel like that would make sense since Trump is probably going to win by a huge margin. So Pence, Trump, and DeSantis are on our board here. So taking a look at the Tennessee results for the polls in Tennessee, we don't have much polls. We don't have any. However, Ron DeSantis has got the most endorsements here. So we're going to go ahead and give not Ron DeSantis. What am I talking about? Donald Trump has the most endorsements. So we're going to give Donald Trump Tennessee, as we did in our last May prediction. In Kentucky, we're going to take a look at Kentucky. We're going to see in the state of Kentucky, Donald Trump projected to win the race once again by 70%. That is still the case. So we're going to go ahead and give Kentucky to Trump. In Ohio, we're going to give Trump, you'll see in a August to September poll, Donald Trump won a huge handful against Ron DeSantis in the state of Ohio. So we're going to go ahead and give Trump Ohio. Indiana here. We're going to look at Indiana. Yes, Indiana. Mike Pence is officially in the race. This is Mike Pence's state. Interesting. Will Indiana go for their very own Mike Pence? Well, Mike Pence is a weak electoral player, so you would think, and he barely won the Indiana gubernatorial election in 2012. So, according to this, though, Donald Trump is predicted to win Indiana. So, Mike Pence loses his state here to Donald Trump. In Michigan, we are going to see, we had polls strongly favoring Ron DeSantis, but we have, that is still the case, actually. So we're going to go ahead and give, this would probably be a close race, but DeSantis is indeed going to carry his third state, Michigan. Wisconsin is also, there's also another race in Wisconsin. There is more declined to endorse. We have Ron Johnson. I almost said DeSantis, but Ron Johnson. He refused to endorse. Paul Ryan also didn't endorse. So we got Tim Michaels for Trump. Tim Scott got Reed Ribble, but we're going to go ahead and give this to Trump simply because we have, Tim Scott Michaels, and we know who Tim Michaels is. He ran against Governor Evers in the 2022 election. So in Illinois, our polls for Illinois shows Donald Trump winning by a 51% margin. No, not percent margin, but a 51% victory. So we're going to go ahead and give Illinois to Trump. In Mississippi, let's see here. Do we have polls for Mississippi? Yes, we do. We have Donald Trump winning these polls in the state of Mississippi. So Mississippi going for Donald Trump. Louisiana. Yes, indeed. Trump is predicted to win Louisiana by a good margin. So we're going to go ahead and give him that. The state of Arkansas. It's going to go for Trump again. That's Asa Hutchinson state. According to these polls here, this is back in August, so there was not a poll showing Asa Hutchinson in this race yet. However, Donald Trump's predicted to win as of August. In Missouri, we are seeing potential candidates, pollings. Yes, Donald Trump is still predicted to win. Ron DeSantis, excuse me. Keep blundering that. But yes, we're going to give this to Ron DeSantis. Missouri. Iowa. The Iowa caucus. I believe Trump would win Iowa caucus. So you'll see, the Ron DeSantis gets a lot of endorsement and attention, but however, there's multiple polls going out for Donald Trump here. So, and there's that poll I was talking about. But you'll see as we keep going, Donald Trump is winning the way through these this Iowa caucus. So we're going to go ahead and give this to Trump. Trump wins the state of Iowa. Looking at Minnesota, my state, we have yet to get some polls out. No polls. However, Donald Trump is getting the attention, and I do think, being a Minnesotan living in the rural countryside where there's a lot of Trump Republicans, that is pretty accurate. The Trump enthusiasm is high in the state of Minnesota, so we're going to go ahead and give Minnesota to Trump. North Carolina. We have yet to have a poll on North Carolina, North Dakota. But however, we're just going to give this to Trump. Just give it to Trump. I thought we gave this to DeSantis. And these are the caucuses. But we're just going to go ahead and give this to Trump. We have here South Dakota. No polls, just endorsements. We have Tim Scott. We got John Thune and Mike Rounds, the two senators from South Carolina, I believe. But no, not South Carolina. South Dakota. But that is going to Tim Scott. So Tim Scott, we're going to add him in the race here. We're going to give him South Dakota. And that's still the case here. So, and now looking at Nebraska. The state of Nebraska. We will see here, we have the endorsements. That is for Donald Trump. We're going to go ahead and give Nebraska to Donald Trump. Kansas. Kansas is going to go to Trump again. Although we did, there's the poll in Kansas showing Ron DeSantis defeating Trump by a good margin. But we're just going to go ahead and give Trump Kansas. Oklahoma, another good conservative state. We got our polls. Donald Trump predicted to win Oklahoma by 9 points as of March. So we're going to go ahead and give Oklahoma. We could safely say that Trump has become the nominee here. Texas. The state of Texas. Polling shows Donald Trump winning every poll except for this poll in November of 2022 going to DeSantis. So we're going to go ahead and give Texas to Trump. New Mexico. That is going to... see our endorsements. That's going to Trump. We have Solomon Pena. That is the former car salesman. And honestly, car salesman. Wow. That endorsement's so big. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to take any endorsement. Whether they're very well known, even for the lamest of things like cars, selling cars. We'll take anything. In Colorado, we will have Trump. Let's just click here. Colorado is going to have Trump win in here. The state of Wyoming will go for Trump. Montana. Yes, Montana will go for Trump. We got our poll here, 56%. Idaho. Yes, Idaho is going for Ross Fulcher. Oh, no, Ross Fulcher. He declined to endorse. So we're going to go ahead and give this to Trump, though. This is a big Trump state, I think, here. Utah. Now, this is the state that's a big status quo. So, yeah, like I was saying, Utah, very diverse state, diverse, very Mormon. Once again, different traditional beliefs, conservative at heart, but kind of moderate. So there's half of them are moderate, half of them are conservative, ultra conservative. So we'll see a little uh, diverse voting range here. But Trump is predicted to win as of right now. The state of Utah. Let's take a look at Arizona. Arizona is we have Donald Trump winning in Arizona here with the majority of polls. We have at 47%. That's a very good margin of victory there. So we're going to go ahead and give Arizona to Donald Trump. California. Cali. So California is polls. We have we got a new poll going out for Donald Trump. Yes, Trump was predicted to win by a 44% margin. That's a pretty good margin, defeating DeSantis in California. However, Ron DeSantis still has a majority of the polls in the state of California. So we're going to go keep California for DeSantis with the acknowledgement that, yes, this could very much change here. So Nevada. Nevada is going to show Trump winning by like a 53%. So we're gonna go ahead and give Nevada to Trump. Oregon. We had that Oregon be a flip. We got our endorsements. Donald Trump still predicted to win, but according to these endorsements. In Washington, the state of Washington, I'm going to go ahead and call this for Trump here. And then finally, we have Alaska. Alaska is going to go ahead. We don't have any polls, but we do have some endorsements for Donald Trump. We have Sarah Palin endorsing Trump. Hawaii. I did have Hawaii go for Trump. Yes, that is still the case. So, and then we have Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, we'll give that to Trump. We don't have any endorsements or polls. They have the caucus. Trump will probably win in Samoa. American Samoa. That was the Samoa. Let's do this one here. Guam. Guam would probably go for Donald Trump. We're going to go here. We're going to give this one to Northern Mariana Islands, that would go to Trump. The Virgin Islands, and that is it. So we got 4 candidates on this board. Nikki Haley was bumped down because we decided to give DC to Trump because we had no proof that Nikki Haley could carry that Washington, D.C., although I do think Washington, D.C. has a record amount of rhinos that hate Trump. So it really depends. And polls will start rolling in. It will eventually come in. So taking a look at DeSantis, he's at 471. Mike Pence, 22. Trump at 240. And finally, Scott, I doubt he would probably make the polls, but he is at 29. So these will change as we get closer and closer to next year. Anyway, what do you guys think? Will these results, what will the results look like this? Anyway, today, Christie is supposed to announce his campaign, so there probably will be a video tomorrow, and we'll probably go over that. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode.